Hello. Today I'm going to be doing my informative speech on COVID-19. I'm going to be talking about what causes COVID-19, what the virus is, how it spreads, how we can take preventative measures to stop the spread, and also vaccinations. According to cdc.gov, the virus that causes COVID-19 is a type of coronavirus, a larger family of viruses. COVID-19 is caused by a coronavirus called SARS-CoV-2. So the coronavirus is not one single virus, but viruses together that cause COVID-19. COVID-19 was identified in the U.S. in December of 2020. Other variants that cause the virus are still being researched, as this virus is only a year old at this point. Now I'm going to be talking about how coronavirus is spread. According to the World Health Organization, COVID-19 is spread through respiratory droplets when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or speaks. You can become infected by touching contaminated surfaces, then touching your eyes, mouth, or your nose. Spreading the coronavirus is and can be airborne due to their droplets coming out of their mouth, their nose, or even breathing, obviously sneezing, coughing, anything like that. Any of those droplets, once they are within reach of your nose, your eyes, or your mouth, then you can become infected with COVID-19. As far as stopping the spread of COVID-19, the CDC recommends that you wear a mask. So I'm just going to give a demonstration. This is the mask that I use. Okay. So with the mask, the only mask that actually stops contact completely is going to be the medical grade mask. The mask I have right here is not medical grade. This is just a cloth mask, but they still recommend that you use either mask. It doesn't matter if it's going to be medical grade or a mask like this. Regardless, the stopping the spread, the CDC recommends you wearing a mask. Medical grade is going to be more for nurses and people working in the medical field. As far as somebody like me, I'm not experiencing any type of symptoms of COVID-19, so these kinds of masks are permissible. There's 2 loops on the mask, so you put one loop around one ear, and you also want to put the other loop around the other ear, as so. And you want to make sure the mask is on. The CDC wants the mask on firmly. So not loose, not below your nose, because you can still spread it, obviously, if your nose is not covered. Not halfway off of your mouth, because again, you can still spread it with the droplets. You want to make sure the mask is on firm and covering your nose and your mouth completely. Okay? They also suggest that people stay 6 feet apart, which is about 2 arm lengths away from those who do not live with you. Now that I have told you about COVID-19 and how it infects people, I'm going to also tell you about the signs and symptoms. So according to CDC, signs and symptoms of COVID-19 vary from person to person. However, if you are having a dry cough, runny nose, fever, then those are the symptoms of COVID-19. Just know that if you do not display one or all 3 of those symptoms, that does not mean that you are not carrying the virus. Okay? So the only way to 100% know is to go get tested. There are COVID-19 tests, and they will tell you whether you're positive or negative. Now we're going to talk about vaccinating. So we know that we can stop the spread according to the CDC World Health Organization with the mask, staying 6 feet apart from everybody. Also, obviously vaccinating. So as of right now, there are 3 different kinds of vaccinations. There is the Moderna, the Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson. So the Moderna and the Pfizer are a 2-shot vaccine. So you would get vaccinated with the first shot in your arm, and you wait. With the Pfizer, it's going to be 3 weeks, and then you go back and get your second shot. With the Moderna, you're going to be waiting 4 weeks, and then you go back and get your second shot. Now, the third vaccination is through Johnson & Johnson. That is a 1-shot vaccination, so all you would need to do is get it the one time. All of these vaccinations are effective, and they're all going to help stop the spread of the coronavirus and also allow you to fight it off without having to go to the hospital or have any deaths. Okay, so the vaccination is to teach our immune system how to recognize and fight off COVID-19. The CDC says that the vaccination does not give you COVID-19. It's just teaching your body how to recognize and fight COVID-19 off. Now, COVID-19 has affected every race differently. I want to show you guys a visual of a diagram I have. Okay? And so on this, you can see that African Americans have the highest bar. Okay? So African Americans are at the highest risk, and they are dying at the highest rates. Okay, the next is going to be American Indians and Alaskan Natives, Hispanics. Okay, so those 3 groups are the highest at mortality rates from COVID-19, then Asian and white. And then there's other and Native Pacific. But as you can see, Hispanics, African Americans, and Native Americans are in the highest groups right now with the death rates. Okay, so in summary, COVID-19 is caused by multiple viruses that spread through respiratory droplets. In order to fight COVID-19, you can take preventative measures as far as wearing a mask, staying 6 feet apart, and social distancing away from people who do not live with you. As of right now, there are 3 vaccines available to help your system recognize and fight off COVID-19.